What's up everyone? Chris here with Fleet Feet, and today we're unboxing the all new ASICS GEL-Kayano 30. Let's open her up and see what's inside. Nice and easy. All right, let's open this box up and let's take a look at the shoe here. A nice pretty tissue paper covering everything up here. And look at that. Ooh, look at that. This is a nice looking shoe right here. You can already tell, from first glance that there are some big changes to this shoe here. I'm definitely excited to get this on my feet and take it out and run a few miles in it and see what all these changes are all about. But yeah, we'll take it for a spin and we'll let you know what our thoughts are. All right, let's get these on the feet and see how they feel. Initially, it feels really nice. I got some room up in my toes, but I feel really secure back in that midfoot and around my heel. Some double knotting for safety. You can definitely feel that cushion underfoot. It's really soft and plush. Oh yeah, this feels very bouncy, but it's very light. It's a really good combination of that cushioning, that springiness, lightweight. All right. I think we're ready to go run some miles. So one of the first things that I noticed, and you probably noticed taking out of the box here, is there is a lot of midsole here. One of the big changes that ASICS made to this new Kayano is that they added 4 millimeters of extra foam to the midsole here. So it is a taller stack height, which is definitely gonna make it a more cushioned ride. And that extra 4 millimeters of foam, that's all their FF Blast Plus midsole foam, which is gonna be their most energetic cushioned midsole foam that they have out there. So you're gonna get just a softer material underfoot and a lot more of it as well too. The last big change they made to that cushioning and that midsole is gonna be with their pure gel technology. Now, if you notice, if you tend to run an ASICS or have before, you're probably used to seeing a gel pod right here in the heel. You can notice you don't see that on this model here. The gel's still there, but what they did is go to their new pure gel material, which is gonna be 60% softer than their previous versions of their gel. And it's just simply embedded inside that midsole foam. So you can't see it, but it's in there, making the shoe just a lot softer, a lot more cushioned, and a lot more energetic too. I think you're gonna get a lot of spring out of this shoe. It's gonna feel really snappy out there on your runs. Even if you're getting a little bit up tempo, it's gonna feel really nice and smooth for you. All right, so the next big change that ASICS made to the Kayano here is gonna be in that kind of posting, that stability system. So they moved to their new 40 guidance system here, which you can see on that midsole here. This is like a pyramid shape here. It's a dual density foam support system still, kind of like the previous models, but definitely has a different design to it, different geometry to it. In this 4D guidance system, it has 4 main attributes. The first one is simply just that the midsole is gonna be wider all the way through that forefoot into the heel. That's just gonna give this shoe a lot more inherent stability. We know the wider the platform, the more stable the shape is. So a little bit wider midsole foam, definitely gonna make the shoes inherently a lot more stable. The next big change is gonna be to that heel bevel. So ASICS actually increased the heel bevel in the new Kayano, and that's just simply going to improve that initial ground contact and make the shoe feel a lot more smooth as you're rolling through that gait cycle from initial contact through toe off there. The next key thing to their new 4D guidance system is gonna be this flared midsole. So we're looking top down, you can see that the midsole flares out on both the lateral and medial side, so slightly different sculpting on both sides too, and that's just really gonna help reinforce your foot, primarily when you're in that ground contact phase, that stance phase of your gait cycle. It really just reinforce that foot, make sure it's in a really good position as you go to that toe off there. And then the last key attribute to this new 4D guidance system is going to be this actual little pod right here in that midsole. So you can see, again, there's this separate piece of foam right here. And this is a really energetic piece of foam here. And what that's gonna do is really help propel that foot back up as you're going through from that stance phase off to that toe off. It's really gonna add some extra energy return, help even out the foot to make sure it's taking off in a nice even place and in a good position to land nice and even as well too. So those are really the 4 big attributes of this 4D guidance system. And I really think that for people who have been in the Kayano for a while or been in stability shoes, there's gonna be some really nice changes to really make the stability shoe go from what we typically perceive as a more stiff kind of clunky shoe to a really awesome cushion, smooth stability shoe here, but still having all those stability features that we're looking for, or we expect out of a model of shoe like this. Last, but absolutely not least, is gonna be some changes to the upper on the new Kayano here. So ASICS went to a really stretchy knit upper on this new Kayano here. What that's just really gonna do is just really help that foot feel really secure and snug inside the shoe, but it also allows the upper to kind of move with your foot. So instead of running into that upper and risking blisters and hot spots, as your foot applies pressure to this upper, it's gonna stretch, it's gonna accommodate that movement, the shape of your foot a little bit better here. It's gonna give you just a really good dialed in fit. Although this upper is a little bit more stretchy, it's a very supportive style upper. It's really gonna help just kind of reinforce that foot, and it really eliminated the need for additional overlays. So you kind of looking at this shoe here, there's not a lot of overlays on that upper. We definitely see the logo there, obviously on both sides, and some reinforcements around the eyelets here. But other than that, there are no seams, no overlays. And that just really is going to eliminate the risk of blisters, chafing, rubbing. Again, just make this a really comfortable fit. And of course, as we all expect and hope for, this is gonna be a really breathable upper too. You can see there's a lot of ventilation up in that toe box, but even back in the upper as well too. You get a lot of that just really open mesh. It's gonna be really breathable and really flexible as well too. So it's gonna keep your feet nice and dry and cool while you're running. Again, we're gonna reduce some of those blisters and irritations that we can sometimes see with some older styles of upper material here. But I think this new Kayano upper is really just gonna be a really comfortable fit. So when you combine the changes that ASICS made to that midsole, making this just a much more cushion, springy, snappy, bouncy ride, and slapping that on underneath a really comfortable, really stretchy, snug, secure fitting upper, I think this is gonna be just a really fantastic ride. All right, so we've checked out the new ASICS GEL-Kayano 30. We took them on a little test run, saw what all those amazing features are all about. I definitely think this is a shoe that you just need to come on down and try on. If you've worn ASICS in the past, or maybe you haven't quite pulled the trigger, tried them on in a fit here or there, but haven't picked up a pair yourself, I think this is the shoe that might push you over the fence there, get you into the ASICS world. So definitely stop on by to your local flea feet and throw a pair of these bad boys on your feet, because you're really gonna like it. We'll see you next time.